Good morning, I'm Tracy St. Clair. We are getting ready to begin the live streaming of the Brian Smith.
Hey, J-Bone Nation, shaming of Jay. He's not a dopey dumb bitch. He gets laid. The court jester, the court DJ. It's time to dive into the case. To the case.
What's up, everybody? I started a little bit early because they started a little bit early yesterday, and I didn't want to miss anything. The feed is up, but they haven't started yet, but let me get it set up here for you. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. What's up, Steve, Todd, Donnie, Drew, Catherine, Sweet Lou, Donnie Cabo, Cindy. Good afternoon, everybody. Bonnie Bailey, Sheila's on the kick machine. Serena's here. What's up, guys? Dizzy's here. Thanks for being here, everybody. Watch this, Charlotte on the kick machine. So yesterday, folks, sorry I did not come back in the afternoon. It was kind of a hectic afternoon for me. Apparently, they did show the jury the video, and I think they played the audio on the stream, although I am not sure. But they did show them the video, and a detective described the pictures, and it was pretty unsettling from what I've been told. So we'll see what goes on today. Let me set this up, make sure that it's okay here. Yeah, Steve says audio on the stream would have been terrible. Not sorry. Yeah, I would have been tough, guys. What do I want to hit? I want to hit this. Thanks to everyone who watched my premiere yesterday and also watched the live hearing of Donna Grandma Gotti. I appreciate you guys following me there. I know it was like a hectic day yesterday, but I appreciate that you guys stuck with me. Oh. All right, so we haven't missed anything yet. Let me get up the emojis. What's the character on my hat? This is from the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. We went to when we went to Dorney Park one year as a family vacation. We went to a minor league game, and all the hats were $5. Oh, thanks, Steve. Steve says they are planning on playing the recorded confession today from Smith. Thank you, Steve.
Back on record in State versus Brian Stephen Smith, case number 3AN 1999-01 CR. Mr. Smith is here. Counsel are all here. The complete jury is waiting back in the jury room. Counsel, we distributed some language from, it's actually from California jury instruction, pattern jury instruction number 5018 on the jury instruction that we talked about yesterday for your consideration. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yep, this is just fine, Judge.
Yes, Judge, and we don't have an objection to that.
Okay. We'll clean it up a little bit because it'll go into the packet, take brackets out, but I will read this language to the jury for the interview is viewed. Anything further?
No, Judge.
No.
Okay, let's bring the jury in.
Here we go.
You will bring the jury.
Hi, Mom on kick. The bot clearly hasn't woken up yet. I don't know what the deal with the bot is. Hey, Lisa. Lisa says yesterday was rough and the audio was unfortunately good. Oh, man. Good morning, Afy. Hey, B Rabbit. Hey, Rachel. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Hey, CH. Hey, Amy. Good afternoon, everyone. At least by me, it's afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. Thanks, Rachel. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you.
Be seated, everyone. We have our jury back with us. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for your prominence again this morning of the work you've put in so far in the case. We've got everyone else here that we need to have here in order to proceed with the trial in the Brian Smith case. And I think we're ready to hear from a new witness from the state.
We are, Judge. This is retired Detective Jeff Bell.
Got it in there. Remain standing and raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. Please be seated. State your name, spell your last name for the record.
My name is Jeffrey, Jeffrey. My last name is Bell, Bell.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready, counsel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I start by having you introduce yourself to the jury? Tell them who you are, how you spend your days now.
Okay, again, I heard my name is Jeff Bell. I just flew in last night from Naples, Florida. I retired in May of 21 and moved to Naples, Florida, and have been living there since.
Prior to retirement, did you work for the APD?
Yes, I did for 25 years.
Okay. And what positions did you hold there?
Initially, when I was hired in 1996, I was started on patrol like all police officers do. I mainly worked in the Spenard area as a patrol officer, working in a swing shift, 3 in the afternoon till 11 in the evening. I eventually got on our SWAT team. I did 13 years on the SWAT team. Eventually moved into what was called a special assignment unit, which was a group of SWAT officers who were probably kind of problem of the day oriented crimes. If something were to happen in an area of town, we'd concentrate on that crime in that area of town. Then I progressed to working for the FBI as a Safe Streets Task Force officer, additionally for the U.S. Marshals as a Fugitive Task Force officer. And then I became a Crimes Against Children detective, then a adult sex crimes detective, and then eventually homicide detective, which is where I retired.
And when you were a homicide detective, did that cover the year 2019?
Yes, it did.
2018 as well?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to start with your involvement in this case. In August 17th of 2018, were you asked to help Detective Cordy and Detective Estes investigate a report made by an Alicia Youngblood?
Yes, I was.
Who was the person you were looking for in that case?
We were looking for a Brian Smith.
Okay. And did you learn about his vehicle?
Yes, we did. We learned that he had a black Ford Ranger.
Okay. And without telling us what she told you, based on the reports by Miss Youngblood, were you looking for that Ford Ranger in certain areas of town?
Yes, we were.
What areas of town did you look in?
Specifically in the Spenard for video surveillance at several businesses.
Okay. And then did that investigation ultimately fizzle out?
Yes, it did.
I want to fast forward to October 1st, 2019. So just a little over a year later, how did you become involved in the present case?
I was involved in a briefing where the police department had been notified by a citizen that they had discovered a SD card, which with information on it that they believed was a homicide. And so I was part of our homicide unit in which we, after receiving the SD card with the videos on it, we all observed the video and watched it ourselves, and the investigation began there.
Okay. And did that, at least photographs from that SD card, include the black truck?
Yes, it did. I recognized what appeared to be a black Ford Ranger in one of the pickup trucks, and recalled from the previous investigation that we were specifically looking for a black Ford Ranger.
Okay. Did you also recognize a voice you associated with Mr. Smith on that video?
Yes, in the 2018 case, we were told that the individual, Mr. Smith, had a distinct accent to his voice, and so I recognized that voice also in the video as a distinct accent voice.
Based on that, do you start looking into essentially Mr. Smith on the 1st of October?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Where did you go?
I believe at that time I went to the home where we believed that Mr. Smith lived on Staubach Circle, I believe is how you pronounce it, looking for the black Ford Ranger, and additionally to the Marriott hotels to see if we could find the black Ford Ranger there.
On that first day, the first, did you locate Mr. Smith?
Did not, no.
Okay. On the second, did you learn where he might be?
We did. We learned some information that Mr. Smith may be out of the state of Alaska.
Okay. And then come the 2nd of October, now 2 days into this investigation, did you receive some information from the Alaska Railroad?
Yes. On the 2nd, I was actually assigned a potential homicide where a body was located at mile 108.5 of the Seward Highway. I was originally assigned as the case detective of that investigation.
Okay. So did you then travel out to mile 108.5 of the Seward Highway?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Tell the jury what you observed there and kind of what that process was that day.
I responded to mile 108, which was a pull-off, one of the many pull-offs that you can see views of the Turnagain Arm there, and down a very steep embankment over a guardrail. The Alaska Railroad employees had discovered the skeletal remains of an individual. And at that time, I was able to observe what appeared to be potentially hair, some black hair on the embankment above where the skeletal remains were. And the remains were actually down almost onto the railroad tracks.
And was there a full crime scene team call out at that point?
Yes, there was.
And what does that mean?
That means that our unit that specifically is trained to photograph, collect evidence, drone footage, whatever it is that they have at their disposal, they'll come out and do a crime scene investigation looking for physical evidence of what may have happened to that person.
And is evidence then seized? You said they're looking for physical evidence.
Correct.
Okay. Were you at some point called to seize a garbage bag?
Yes, I was. We ordered a search of the area with a search team through the state troopers, which included canines to come out to that area. One of the canines had alerted on what appeared to be like a black plastic garbage bag, and I seized that garbage bag.
So I want to get to how these investigations merge. You've got this investigation involving Brian Smith based on the SD card, and you've got this body out at Turnagain Arm. On October 5th, did you learn some additional information?
Yes, I'm just thumbing through this. Yeah. On the 5th is when we were notified that the positively identified as Miss Henry's.
Okay. And at that point, do you merge the two cases, the Brian Smith investigation and the Turnigan Arm investigation?
Yeah, at that time, the sergeant would have closed that investigation and merged it with Detective Lee's investigation.
Okay. Just prior to that, had you been doing some research to kind of figure out who Kathleen Joe Henry might be and how she might be involved?
Yes, I was searching through her Facebook account to see if I could glean anybody who may have information about her and or her whereabouts. And I recognized a couple of some information on there with some names on it where actually people were trying to get a hold of her, one person individual.
Here we go. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Blair. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Paulie. If you're new to this trial, this happens sometimes, folks. Hey, Donna. We just get the AOL stops working in the courtroom. They have to reboot the disk. The router has to connect. And we just have to wait. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Like the stream, share it out, tell your friends. I don't do a good job saying that. Babe is here. Our kids had a snow day, and it was the best kind of snow day where they knew the night before that they had no school today. Babe's in the chat, Donnie. Babe's about to make some biscuits and gravy. She's right there, Donnie. Well, while we have this little break here and we're waiting for something to come on, I got to shout out. I got a close, like a group of folks who really help me out and listen to me when I'm, sometimes this streaming game can be rough and sometimes I'm a sensitive bitch lots of times. And I just have some people that I've collected. I don't know, that's not the right word, but that have been very kind to me since I've started on Twitter, all the sites, and they like kind of help me. So just want to thank you guys for your support as always. Man, it's some peaks and valleys in this game, I'll tell you that. Everything is breaking up, unfortunately, Lily Pauly. I don't know what's going on. Let me back to live. Still nothing. Let me try this. Is it still on the same thing over here? This is so freaking frustrating. Hey, Sarah. If you saw my post on Twitter today, I had someone come in my comments and they said they're going to go on every video.
Typically was trying to get a hold of her, hadn't heard from her, and so I was trying to.
They're going to go on every video and comment that my channel is clickbait and garbage. But they didn't realize that I could just block them, so I did. LOL, I hope you're watching.
Reach out to those people on her Facebook account that could help us identify her and where her whereabouts.
Okay. And had you, prior to her being identified, also contacted hospitals, emergency rooms?
Yes, I contacted the Alaska Native Medical Center. and told them that I was doing a missing persons investigation. I provided them with Miss Henry's name and date of birth, and they indicated to me that the last time she was there, I believe, was August 25th, I believe.
Okay. So she'd been last seen at the hospital August 25th?
That's correct.
Okay. And then did you also reach out to, did you search the Fairview area?
Yes. One of the areas that we specifically searched was the area around Cars Gamble, 13th and Gamble area, looking for individuals who might know the whereabouts of Miss Henry. I attempted to make contact at a business right across from Cars Gamble, which is frequented by many of the homeless people down in that area, but it wasn't open, wasn't able to get a hold of anybody at that establishment.
Did you also reach out to the Department of Corrections?
I did. I contacted Sergeant Elmore with the Department of Corrections to see if the Department of Corrections would potentially have dental records of individuals, and provided Miss Henry's name. And at that time, he told me he believed that they did have dentals and gave me a contact information for someone who might be able to help me with that.
Okay. And then was Detective Lee ultimately responsible for figuring out her dental records to get to the medical examiner?
Yes.
Okay. And then, so all of that, like trying to track down where she might be, happens on October 4th. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then October 5th, it sounds like you got the notification about the identification.
Correct.
Okay. On October 5th, did you do anything else relative to this investigation?
Let me just look through my.
If it'll refresh your recollection, I'm looking at supplement 9, page 2 of 2.
Next time I'll save the name for you, Donnie.
So we were notified at about 1830 hours, 6:30, of the identity of Miss Henry, being identified as the remains found out at mile 108.5. Later that evening, I dressed in civilian clothes, blue jeans and a hoodie, and with my hoodie up, and I went over to Mr. Smith's home, that neighborhood, and walked through the cul-de-sac, and I approached the garage door, which had windows in it, to look inside his garage to see if the Ford Ranger was inside the garage, and I saw that the Ranger was in there and confirmed it through the license plate through the window.
Okay. Was that a warrant for that Ranger?
That is correct.
At that point, do the police start drafting a number of search warrants?
Yes.
Okay. And Detective J. Baker is going to testify later in the week, but was he tasked with that responsibility?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And was there a coordinated effort on October 8th with the Anchorage Police Department, the troopers, the FBI?
Yes, there was a lot of agencies assisting with us because of the dynamics of this investigation. Obviously, learning that Mr. Smith was out of state, we included the FBI to do some surveillance on Mr. Smith while he was out of state. We sent two detectives from here to Virginia, I believe, to speak with his wife once Mr. Smith landed in Anchorage. That was what had a team of detectives at his home to execute a search warrant there. We had detectives going to his place of employment to contact people at that time once Mr. Smith was contacted at the airport. And that's what initiated all the investigations after that and interviews after that.
Okay. And what was your role on October the 8th?
I was assigned to assist Detective Lee with the interview and interrogation of Brian Smith.
Okay. And Detective Lee was the main case officer?
Yes, he was.
Is it typical for two of you to go into an interview like this?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because one of the things that we have to do in these investigations and interviews is try to build rapport with the individual that we're speaking with, and not everybody gets along with everybody. And so we would like to have different personalities and different perspectives of law enforcement presence, so that if one person isn't picking up on something that needs to be said or asked, the other person hopefully picks up on that and asks those questions and takes that lead.
When Mr. Smith landed, were anything's taken off of his person?
Yes. So when he landed, we'd taken seized his cell phone and a tablet, I believe, that he had in his possession.
Okay. And were those provided to cybercrimes technicians?
They were. Yeah, we also had our cybercrimes unit investigators on hand to take possession of those items and immediately execute search warrants on them for evidence.
And throughout your interview process, were you getting information from your folks back at APD and cybercrimes?
Yes, we were. As they loaded the phone and they provided some information to us, Detective Lee and I, through our sergeant or other people that were observing the interview.
Okay, and I think the jury met your sergeant yesterday. What was her name at the time?
At the time, it was Sergeant Bianca Cross.
Okay. Still her name, but what was
Still her name?
Her position was
I
sergeant.
believe she's a captain now at the police department.
And so they're relaying information through Sergeant Cross to you. Is that a dynamic process where you can get information during the course of the interview?
Absolutely. It gets us information, and I know I was receiving texts at the time, probably with information on it, so we don't have to disrupt and stop the interview process if we're, and keep it ebb and flow.
Here we go. Sorry, guys. This is just what happens in this trial.
And like I said, I'm gonna, like I said, I have some stuff I want to talk to you, and I want to hear what you have to say, and I appreciate you being attentive to me. So I just want to start out and get a little bit of information. I know your name is Brian Smith. Is that who you are?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your middle name, Brian?
Stephen.
Stephen. Okay. What's your birthday, Mr. Smith?
23rd of March, 1971.
Okay. And a good address for you?
1353 Starbuck Circle.
Can you spell Starbuck?
STAUBBACH.
Thank you. And I have a good phone number for you?
907-205-6883.
Okay, thank you. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been married?
5 years now.
Okay, 5 years now. All right. And who's your wife?
And Stephanie Bisland.
Okay.
She does acting and she's got a music career, so she's kept her last name.
Okay, no worries. That's very common these days, actually. So, any children, kids? No kids? Okay. Where are you working at right now?
I work for Marriott, Spring Hill Street. I mean, sorry, not Spring Hill Street, but I've moved there with the Midtown sorry, you got to say it right. The residents in Midtown, at Marriott, I think that's how you say it. The residents.
Come on, we can't even get this interview. This is so frustrating. I mean, oh, wow.
Marriott, yeah, okay. Which is it, the one by the higher?
It's just behind the BP building.
Okay, yeah.
You got to say it right as well.
Dealing with the buffering.
Jennifer says for Xanax at the end of the day after dealing with all the buffering. Thank you so much, Jennifer. You are too kind. Thank you so much.
That's the wrong place.
Sure, yeah, I think probably different ones with similar names. Okay, how long have you worked at the Marriott?
Well, I started at the University Lake a year ago, and then 2 weeks ago I was transferred to this one. To Midtown. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you just got back from a trip. You mind if I ask you where you came from?
Oh yes. My wife and I went down to DC. She's got friends and family around the whole area.
Okay.
So, but I did come back really good. I just started this job, and I couldn't take longer than a week.
Okay. Understand.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up with you, and I just want to. You have any idea, any thought in your head about what we might want to talk to you today about?
No, my truck was broken into.
Okay.
And one of my bags had a whole lot of confidential papers in it.
Okay.
Things that I used with my immigration.
Okay.
And so I was worried about those things getting in the wrong hands, identity fraud and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't recall when that was that it got there?
Oh man, it was
What is today's like? It's October 8th, and that water's for you. We just that water if you want it.
It was like 2 months ago or something like that.
2 months ago.
If I oh man. Oh, you know what? My Cabela's credit card might shed light because this says expires 1/24. Okay, so I thought this would be exactly 4 years after it was.
Where'd they use your cards at?
Oh, at Lowe's, okay, and the Tudor Lowe's and Office Depot right next door.
Okay.
It is. I don't know when exactly they broke the window, but they. I got a phone call from one of the guys at work that said my window's broken. So as I'm down there looking at this, what the heck? The messages start coming through on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your transaction at Lowe's for $500 and something has been accepted. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then I jumped in and I saw everything gone. And as I'm trying to cancel, it said Office Max or whatever, 300 and something's been approved there.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get through to the police to do the online statement, or to open the thing, because I thought I need a police number to be able to cancel things.
Sure.
But yeah, apparently I didn't need to. So
okay.
But there was only damage that they did to the credit cards.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle do you own that was broken into?
Oh, this is a little Ford Ranger.
Okay.
I've got, yeah.
Okay. And is that your vehicle or somebody else's vehicle?
That's mine. Yeah.
Yours. Okay. All right. What did you say? They broke the window? How did they get into it?
Well, through the passenger side.
Okay.
It's a two-door. It's got the little flat doors on the back.
Okay.
And yeah, they broke that window.
Okay.
And, the truck's a bit of a mess. I don't know what all that took, but yeah, every day I'm finding new things.
Yeah.
My winter jacket I saw another day. That's gone from there, you know.
Okay. All right. And since you said it was about 2 months ago, have you gotten any of your properties back? Or
no. The Cabela's who go through Capital One, they finally now a few days ago accepted that the deals with
Sarah becoming a beau. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
was a fraud thing. It wasn't me buying the stuff.
Okay.
And they released the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've got my money back from them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What kind of items? You said your credit cards obviously were taken. What else was taken out of the truck?
Well, that's the thing I don't remember. I had a spare phone that was gone, but I hardly use that. Papers were gone. There was a briefcase. It was like a double laptop briefcase, and that's where I kept all my papers and stuff.
Okay.
And that wouldn't have been in the truck if my wife and I didn't have a fight that night. So she was complaining about all my stuff in the house. So I loaded stuff in the truck.
Okay.
And like I said, the jacket, I saw now that the jacket was gone. I think one of my old GoPros was inside there.
Okay.
I think that's gone.
Okay, you think it's gone?
I can't find it at home. So
okay.
Yeah.
Did you report when you made the report? Was that listed on the items taken? You think, or?
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it on the police one, but when the insurance, because I did the police first and then the insurance basically phoned me afterwards, like what was going on.
Okay.
So I did mention to them, but I didn't want to push it just now. It's fraud. Yeah. And then you get in trouble.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
And I'm 99% sure one of my little toolboxes is gone. I know I moved things between two toolboxes put into one.
Okay.
So it might have been the one I threw away.
Okay. All right. The little GoPro you said that was taken. What stands out about how does because I'm not familiar with GoPros. How do they record memory into the camera, or do they record on something else, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, it's got a little SD card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it records on an SD card. Yeah.
Okay.
And real quick, what kind of phone? You know what brand of phone it was?
Oh no, I actually buy and sell things on eBay and stuff like that. I'm trying to make a big buck on stuff. So
Like iPhone or Android?
oh yeah, a little Android, probably yeah.
Okay.
I try to stay away from iPhones. It's too much of a mission. I have already on a few occasions bought an iPhone and then I'm trying to sell it, and just after you sell it, the person phones back and says, "Why did you lock the phone?" And like, I didn't lock it, and you find out the guy you bought it from. And basically, people, I think that's what people do. They buy a phone on contract, they sell it, and then you're nodding like you know it.
Don't make the payment.
And then they claim insurance and it's stolen, and then the phone gets blocked. Yeah.
Sure. We see that type of thing all the time. Yeah. Doing what we do. So, okay. All right. Anything else you think might we're to talk about that you could take? Any off the top of your head? Anything that might be here to talk about?
No, honestly, I can't think of anything.
Okay.
It's my truck's got lots of loose little things in it all over the place. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Is your truck here? Did you drive to the airport, or did you park it here?
No, it's at home.
It's at home. Okay.
I think a cab, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll explain. Like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up, and the thing we need to talk about is recently some property was brought.
Oh, come on. Right now it's going to pause. Come on, man. Tracy says, I would never survive in Alaska with this internet. Same, Tracy. Same. Hey, Andrea. Good to see you. Hey, Cami Q. Hey, Deanna. Jan. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Sorry that the service is atrocious. Really wish I could hear what was going on right now in the interrogation. Donna, if we did shots at pauses, we'd all be dead. So close, Joanne. Yeah, we're on our way to 13K, folks. On our way to 13K. I wonder if anyone. Oh, thank you so much, Andrew. Oh, by the way, speaking of last week's interview led to an interview that we're going to have on Friday because I got a DM after last week's interview from Jared Ross, who went to high school with Charlie Adelson and was friends with Dan Markel and Wendy. Obviously, he's not a fan anymore. He is going to come on, and we're going to talk Friday at 1:30 about. I want to learn as much as I can about Dan from him, and then what pieces of garbage the Adelscums are. So really excited. Friday at 1:30. Jared Ross. You've seen him on STS. You've seen him on Court TV. Really cool dude. Very excited. And he actually is friends or went to law school with Katie Bogenschut's husband, who's also an attorney. So small world. Friday, 1:30. Very excited to speak to him. Although he is a Yankees and a Jets fan, and I'm a Mets and a Giants fan, but it's still awesome. Buffering's the new sidebar. Oh man, we're missing all this interview now. This is so freaking frustrating. And it's every feed. This is the feed. Like I always check the other one. Pancake Day in the UK. What are you talking about, Charlotte? Andrea says, Jay, you will love Jared as a guest. He's the real deal. Not over the top, but nice insight. Awesome. Awesome. I can't wait. What's a shrub? Pancake races? Everyone, let's get video of Charlotte in a pancake suit running a 5K. JK, I know it's probably eating the pancakes, but never heard of Pancake Day. Agreed, Donna. Every day should be Pancake Day. It's Valentine's Day in the future. Happy Valentine's Day. Speaking of Valentine's Day, I should probably talk about the schedule because tomorrow I won't be able to stream until later in the afternoon because I have to pick up the kids from school and it doesn't make sense for me to start. So I will be back from picking up the kids at like 3:30ish to 4 Eastern, and then I'll start streaming. And this should still be going because that's only 12 o'clock there. So just an FYI, I won't be able to start in the morning. And Valentine's Day is a racket. Agree, Andrea. And Babe and I are not getting each other or anything. However, Friday, after I'm done with the interview with Jared, Babe and I will be doing another happy hour because we're going to try to do more times to hang out because I love hanging out with Babe, and probably should do it more than just on her birthday and our anniversary. So no plans tomorrow, Donna, but Friday after the interview, happy hour. This is so frustrating. You're right, Donnie. I should spend more time with the babe. Shwetty says a bear ate the internet in Alaska. A polar bear. You want photos? I could post photos. I posted photos of
It's
our.
also makes sense, yeah. And the thick makeup. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And when you got back to the hotel room, what did you guys do?
Oh, we're gonna watch a bit of TV, drank a bit more. And then through the night, maybe done something.
Okay. And can you just give a little more detail what you guys did?
Well, obviously, gotten a little bit physical, you know.
Okay.
Sexually, if you want that word.
Okay, you guys had sex?
Probably, yeah, it's a good chance. After a few drinks, I don't usually work, you know, so.
Okay. Okay, so after that, what happened next?
Well, woke up in the morning, this I remember, I woke up and she was in the bathroom putting her makeup on, and she spent like an hour or so. And I was in a rush to get back to work, so that was the big thing there, you know.
Okay.
And I got to work about an hour late because I still went and dropped her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you, like we told you, today's the 8th. You said this is about 2 weeks ago?
No. It was longer than 2 weeks ago. It's more like a month ago.
A month ago. Okay. And since that time, since about a month ago, have you rented a room in Anchorage at all and spent the night there?
No.
That's the last time you did. Okay. And you said she was putting her, last thing you said, she was putting on her makeup, and then did you take her somewhere, or what happened?
Yeah, I went to top off again because she works at the homeless shelter. Okay. The one that they want to close down.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that night, after you came back to the room, did you and her go anywhere else around Anchorage or anywhere else outside of Anchorage or anywhere for that matter?
No, I never saw her again.
Are you speaking about Brother Francis Shelter or something different?
The one that goes down, that's just across from the prison.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No. If you give people your number or something like that, they'll phone you and weird things.
Yeah. And since that night, have you picked up? Because you said you picked up, and I'm not here investigating, prostitution or something like that. So you can be honest with me. Have you picked up any other girls that are companions, as you put it, since then?
No. That's the last time my wife and I had a fight that I had a chance. If she's there, you can't take anybody home. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, did you stay at the address over on Starbuck ever since then?
Yeah.
Until you went out of town?
Yeah.
When did you go out of town?
We left on the 1st or the 2nd last week, Monday night, yeah.
Okay.
We left.
All right. And like I told you, I viewed everything on the SD card, and I did see your truck on there. Is there anything else on that SD card that we need to talk about?
No. You could show me the card and see. You can show me what's on there if you want to.
Okay. That night, how much alcohol did you say you had to have to drink?
Oh, goodness. Well, let's put it this way. For me to actually go out and need someone to talk to, that's usually a lot. I know you probably don't believe this from what I've just said, but I love my wife and whatever. I don't want to jeopardize anything.
Of course not.
So I've got to really be trying to go and do something stupid,
Okay.
I'll probably finish like a bottle of Jack or something. Well, not finish, but like quite a bit, yeah.
And you said a minute ago, and just so you know, I used to work in the sexual assault unit, so you don't have to be embarrassed or shy to talk about these things. But I am going to ask you to get pretty specific about what you and her did in the room together. If you could just kind of describe how it started and what you guys did. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't remember, but if you really want graphic, we probably played with each other, and should probably have sucked me a little bit, and then there's a good chance we probably tried screwing, if you can put it that way. Mm-hmm. Once again, knowing myself, I would probably have tried and nothing happened, and then in the morning tried again. Okay, you know, when I was a little bit more sober. Okay. But that's generally, it's one of those, yeah, that's generally what would have happened. Okay. Yeah.
And then you said you didn't go anywhere. What time did you think it was you got back to the room?
Well, what makes me think most places stop selling alcohol at like 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So this would have been past 10 o'clock. So that's why I'm thinking 10 to 11 o'clock.
Okay. And after 10 to 11 o'clock, did you go anywhere else after that on that particular night?
No. The whole thing is the rush is to get the girl to the room. You know, you don't want to still go driving around with it. Mm-hmm. Before she changes her mind, you want to get to the room. Okay. Yeah. And how many nights did you say you rented that room for? For 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights. Was this on the first night that you had the room, or was this on the second? This was the second night. Second night. Yeah. Because I knew I was checking out, and I didn't want her to stay there. Okay. You know, because then they'll find her there. Then, because I booked the room through my Marriott number, they would have said, "Hey, what's this person doing in your room?" You know, and then work would have found out. Yeah. Okay. What's your report?
You said you stayed there 2 nights, right? And this was the second night that you're telling us about right now?
The second night, yeah.
What did you do the first night? The first night you stayed there, tell us about that night.
That night, I would have probably just fallen dead asleep. If I can put it that way.
Okay, so that you didn't have somebody else, you didn't meet another companion, have somebody else there the first night?
No, I would have been like, just tired from the fight, you know, mentally tired. You just want to go home and just. There's a good chance I would have gotten myself some chicken and a whole lot of beers, and you know, the only time I'm allowed to actually have KFCs when I'm not with my wife. She doesn't like it, you know. So I spoil myself to KFC whenever I'm alone. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
I just wanted to show you this picture, see if it would help you kind of refresh the girl from that night.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not it.
Not her.
Just short hair.
Short hair. Okay.
Short hair. No.
Okay. All right.
She looks like a drug addict.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever seen this woman before?
No.
Have you ever had any contact with her at all?
No. I have. Look, in the last 5 years that I've been here, probably starting about 2 years ago, I've probably gone out and picked up a girl or two. So I might have seen her before, but not fresh in my mind.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. And then you said her here.
No.
Doesn't ring a bell, doesn't look familiar. Never seen her.
No.
And I'm going to pause it right there for just a minute. Detective Bell, were you showing her photos or showing him photos of Kathleen Joe Henry?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
In those couple of years, how many would you guess? Is there a lot, or can you just sound
a lot.
Couple on each hand, or how many?
Once or twice a year.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 to 6 times in the last couple of years?
Probably like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned, I told you on there that how I found you was we saw your truck. Is
that's my truck.
That's your truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I recognize the rims and my gray canopy.
Okay. Yeah. And then this is kind of a close-up of the license plate. Is that? Look about right to be your plate.
I don't remember the plate properly, but if that's from here, yeah, this is my truck. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only person I know that's got that silver.
Okay. Yeah. Do you recall this picture of your truck? Seeing this before?
No. That's at night. Usually at night I'm home.
Okay. You said usually at night you're at home.
Yeah.
What hours do you work at when you go to work? What's the hours that you work?
I'm going to pause it one more time, Detective Bell. The photos of the truck there are those ones that came off of the SD card.
Yes, they are.
Recently, the last 3-4 months, it's been 8 to 4:30.
Okay.
8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to 4:30.
What do you do for them?
Maintenance.
Maintenance, okay.
You just work at that one specific hotel, or do you have multiple of the hotels?
No, just that. Up until for the last year, I've been at University Lake, and now it's at residency.
Okay. And just to help me sure of the dates of when you were there, does this look about right for, I mean, is this you here and then the date? Would that ring a bell about when that was? Would that be the particular evening you're talking about?
What's it, 2nd or 4th of September? Yeah.
So yeah, that's arrived. That'd be about right.
So what's now?
Well, it's the 8th of October now.
8th of October, yeah.
September. October, yeah. So yeah, a month ago, yeah.
Okay.
That's about
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's right. Okay. Is there anything else, and I'm going to step out here in a minute, let you take a break, drink some water. Is there anything else about that evening that we haven't talked about that you want me to know about, or you think we should talk about?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have some water there for you. Did you want a cup of coffee or anything? Or?
No.
Okay. We're going to step out for a minute. We'll be right back, okay? A couple questions. When we first started talking, you started talking about having YouTube stuff, and I'm not.
I know what I'm saying is if you look on YouTube, you'll see that there's always guys like testing guns and whatever, and people shoot through bottles.
Oh,
you know.
Okay.
I actually have quite a bit of YouTube. If you can actually search me up, Brian Smith, Alaska.
What kind of stuff do you put on your YouTube?
Well, my travels around. I was very lucky. The second job I ever got was at Dow Engineering, and I got in there as a tester inspector. So they sent me out a lot of villages and stuff. I've seen parts of Alaska that tourists would pay a lot of money to see.
Yeah.
You know? So I've got a video of those things, so my family and everybody overseas or back in South Africa can see the stuff.
Okay.
And then you'll see my property, our property in Kaltika. You'll actually see, I think I've got a few up where I'm shooting through bottles and stuff, trying to catch the bullet in midair.
Okay. You said you're from South Africa?
Yeah, originally.
Okay. How long have you been in Anchorage or in Alaska?
5 years now.
5 years. Did you live anywhere in the United States prior to Alaska?
No, I came directly here.
Okay. All right. Can I ask what brought you to?
Well, I got my wife.
Oh, you got married too?
Yeah, she's been up here for a long time.
Yeah.
Her father was in the Coast Guard, so they started off Boston, they went down to DC. She was at school there for most of school. So that's all of her friends and family are still down there.
Yeah.
And then they went Juneau. She finished school there, then came up here.
Okay.
And then her dad retired up here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then do you actively still put stuff on YouTube or or on the internet, I should say?
When Stephanie plays music, I'll go out and record sometimes. But I don't think I've posted anything in a long time.
Okay. Yeah. And then the GoPro that you lost, did you use that for recording or? Did you do those recordings or did you use something else?
Some of it, a GoPro, basically, it records a very wide. So if I'm holding the GoPro here, it'll get both of you and you'll actually look like you're quite far away. So if if someone's on a stage, like 30 yards away, they'll be this big on the GoPro picture, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
The GoPro that you lost, did anybody else ever use that other than you, or?
No. Well, no. I doubt it.
Yeah. How long did you have that GoPro?
Oh, that thing I would have bought about 4 years ago. That's when I started my whole little eBay thing, buying broken things, fixing things.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought 3 GoPro
We should go to laser tag on Valentine's.
4s. And I fixed 2 of them, the other one was just useless. And I kept the one, and the other one I sold, and he covered the cost of all of them and the repairs. So I broke even.
Okay. Okay. Well, you seemed curious about what was on you. You were asking me to show you what's on the SD card, and I don't have it here to show you exactly what's on there, but I wanted to talk about it. And like I said to you a minute ago, the images led me to you. There's images on there that led me to you, and for multiple reasons. The truck, like I said, I knew that was your truck. You're saying that's your truck in the photographs. There's pictures of the Marriott. There's pictures of the Marriott, the hotel room on the GoPro, or excuse me, on that SD card. And that's how I knew it was that Marriott. It was the Midtown Marriott.
Okay.
And the pictures, I don't know, you probably know about this. I think you're into technology and stuff.
Yeah.
Photographs, they have a time and date stamp. So the photographs are time and date stamp. So they basically, the photographs time and date stamp matched at the time that you were at that hotel room.
Okay.
So that's how this SD card has led me to you.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a number of images on there, and there's a number of videos on there. And I brought some of the pictures to kind of go over with you about that. So this was one of the images on there. Part of it is kind of cut down a little bit, but can you tell me what's in that photo?
There's somebody's feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose feet are those?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm looking at your shoes. I mean, it looks like the shoes you're wearing right now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. Is it safe to say those are your feet in that picture?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not the only person that's got shoes like this.
Okay.
I did recently buy these. I can't tell you when.
Okay, you can't tell me when. How long have you had them?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Where'd you buy them?
These I would have got at Fred Meyer.
Okay. Okay. All right. I just want to show you some other images here and like I said, I've watched the videos and the images on there, and I've watched them multiple times, and that's why we're here. That's how I knew to talk to you. So some of the other images on there.
Okay. Okay.
What can you tell me about these photos?
This looks like someone that's really been beaten up a bit.
Okay. And these are images. These are images, but there's also videos of this person.
Yeah.
And another person in the room as well. And that's why we're here to talk to you about.
How many people in the room?
At least 2.
Oh. Yeah.
So we need to address this. We need to clear this up. Mr. Smith.
You think I hit this girl?
Well, like I said, there's videos of it. There's video of it, there's audio of it, there's a voice I've been talking to you now for almost 30, 40 minutes. And I know it was your voice I could hear in the video.
Okay.
And if you'd like to hear some of that, I can refresh your memory with it.
The same pictures are on the SD card with your truck that you said was your truck.
Yeah, these are all on the same as your truck here. So.
It sounds like But what's happening when it's...
What's happening is on this video, on these images, the person that's recording it is holding the recorder and is standing basically above this girl and strangling her.
Okay.
And so we need to talk about this. We need to get ahead of this, Mr. Smith.
I don't want to act stupid, but I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything.
Okay. But this occurred, and like I said, the photos are timestamped. This occurred in that room, room 323, 323, on September 4th, early mornings.
Yeah.
At the time that you were at the hotel.
I don't. I'm not denying. I'm not saying you're lying, but I don't remember anything like this.
Has anything like that ever happened to you in the past? Then have you ever, when you drank or anything like that, has anything ever happened in the past where you drank and you forgot what you did?
Long time ago, I was told it was sugar blackouts.
So it wasn't alcohol?
No, well, both times, this is a long time ago, had a long stressful day at work, so apparently your sugar goes low, then you have a few drinks, like a beer or two, and then that artificially brings it up, and then you have a stressful situation, and that burns up the adrenaline or whatever, and then that knocks you down, and then that's when you go into a blank. Once back in South Africa, I remember after work, I'd had a little fire, made some meat, had some beers. I remember driving home, the sun was going down, and the next thing I woke up and I was about 30 miles other side of town facing this way, and the bottom of my car was all wrecked, and I didn't remember anything about it. And that happened like twice within a month, and when I spoke to friends, I spoke to people about that, one guy said that happened to somebody, you got this like sugar, almost like a sugar coma or something stupid, like I don't know the technical deals. But yeah, it's usually when your insulin's low or your sugar's low.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is definitely you talking on the recording, on the audio there, that you don't recall.
Just got a $5 PayPal from Cynthia Kelly. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
That sounds like my voice. I've got a unique voice.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
It's English mixed with the Dutch.
Mm-hmm. You talking and like I said, there's about 12 of these videos, and I've watched every single one of them multiple times, unfortunately. And you talking, you know what you're doing in those videos. I mean, you're describing what's going on in those videos. And so, Mr. Smith, I don't believe that you don't remember this happening. And like I said, we need to talk. We need to get ahead of this because this is pretty big here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't remember this. Is this the same girl? Yeah,
that is.
I do not remember anything because I would remember something like this. I don't.
So then I just have more photos, and then just more of the images that were on the phone. And this one's out in the parking lot, your truck again. Do you recall that?
Who would record stuff like this? That looks like a Marriott card. That looks like my truck parked over there.
It is.
I do not remember anything like this. Honestly.
Where is this girl now?
I don't know. She's not the girl I picked up. I can tell you now, she's not the one I picked up. The one I picked up was short hair. And I dropped. When I dropped her off, several people waved at her and greeted her. So she's known down there. You know, if we can go down there and I can see the people working there, I can tell you, I can point you probably out here. You know.
Okay.
But this is not the girl I picked up.
Okay. That's definitely your voice on those audios. And I have no doubt about it. Like I said, I mean, your shoes are in the picture, your truck's in the picture, a Marriott cart, as you pointed out, is in the picture. And then I can also point to this to you. This is the SD card file. And look at the fourth one down. The name of that file is Homicide Marriott Hotel Midtown Anchorage. And this was modified on September 24th, 20 days later.
Thanks for covering this trial. J. Clapping hands, medium skin tone.
Cammy Q, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. And you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I did not do that. Why would I make a file again? I know I can tell you if it says Android, it's been in an Android phone. I wouldn't, why would it, why, no, I didn't do that.
Okay. You said,
But, you know,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
if I had to take videos of this, I would.
What did you use?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, no.
So you're saying you didn't label the videos with that?
No.
Okay. What kind of phone do you have?
I got a Galaxy Note 5.
Okay. How long have you had that phone?
About a year.
Okay. Yeah. And is that phone linked to the number you gave me a minute ago, 205?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had that phone more than a year, or that number? How long have you had that number?
Oh, I had that number about 4 years.
Okay. All right. So part of the way this investigation has gone so far is that we got that number based on records, state records, that you've given it for many different reasons. We linked that number to you.
Yeah.
And I obtained the records from the AT&T via search warrant. And what that entails is basically the way your cell phone works, and you probably know this, is when as you go around town, your cell phone pings off of towers that are all over Anchorage, and it shows us basically historically of where you've been.
Okay.
So is there a reason why that we would have seen your picture, or so would it be consistent that your phone would have showed to being at that hotel that night? Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to go over a few more images with you here. This is the data back from that cell tower. So you can look right there. So that's your number right there. This is from AT&T.
Yeah.
So this is where you stayed that night. Okay. Same location. So the address of the hotel's right over here. So your phone basically is basically tracked anytime you drive around through a tower, and there's towers all over Anchorage. And going through your phone that evening, consistent with the times on those photo stamps, on those photo cards, on the 6th of September, we track your phone out to this location on the Seward Highway out by Indian Valley. So what can you tell me about that? You can know that.
I don't know.
And this was 2 days later after what you're saying is a low sugar, and so that you don't remember. This is 2 days
Yeah,
later.
yeah, the sugar things, it's like when you wake up the next day, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember this.
Okay, well, it was your phone, the 205 number. Yeah. It was your vehicle, your truck. There's cameras out on the highway at the way station, so there's no doubt about it that you were out there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it that you were out there.
Okay, I don't remember anything else. Really, I'm sorry.
I think you do remember it, Mr. Smith, and we need it. And like I said, we need to talk about it because right now, this right here is a small portion of this investigation, but this is just a small part of a very large investigation. And we're talking to people. We're talking to your wife. Okay.
When have you spoken to her?
We're talking to her right now.
Right now.
And like I said, this is. I mean, this is going to hit the news, and this might be your one chance to talk to give your side of it, to give your story. And that's why I'm here to talk to you today. I didn't have to come here and talk to you. I could have just had to take you. But I wanted to give you that opportunity to explain this because we got the evidence. We know you were out there. Your phone shows you were out there.
Yeah, it's showing it, yeah. I'm not.
So we need to talk about it. We need to address it.
I don't know what to say, honestly. Well, I just wish you hadn't spoken to my wife. Because she'll know I've been dishonest to her.
Don't you think this is a pretty significant event?
Yeah.
This is your opportunity to write the story You had to have thought about this if it came to this.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. Shouldn't I get someone to maybe give me advice on my side? Yeah.
That's why I can't give you legal advice.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's what I
totally
mean.
I can't. Well, you're asking me, should I? And I'm telling you, that's totally your decision.
You're an adult. You have to make a decision on what you want to do. I mean, that you have that right. If you want to have someone give you some type of legal advice, it's completely up to you. Obviously, we would like you to write this ending to this so that we have your side of why it's important.
Okay. So I woke up the next day at work.
So do you want to continue to talk to us, or would you like to talk to somebody else about advice? Because we can't make that decision for you. It sounded like you wanted to go on. I just want to make sure that you're sure you want to continue to talk to us and tell us what your story is.
Yeah. Well, look, this sounds very serious. No matter what, gonna be deep shit. So, okay, I'll tell you what I remember. The next day at work, I saw something dripping out the back of my truck. I was like, what the hell? And I opened up, and there was somebody there underneath. Stuff like there was a blue, like a top at the back of my truck. And so the back flap doesn't really lock. I've actually put a padlock on now since then. And I saw somebody, and I was like, what the hell? What must I do? What must I do? And because I've been out before, I thought, who's going to believe me? It's like the guy that gets stopped and he's got drugs in his pocket, and it's like, it's not mine. That's the way I was feeling. No one's going to believe me. So I was thinking for a long time, what the hell? What must I do? And then the one night I thought, well, I've got to get rid of this. I can't. And I drove out, and I did. I went and dumped it. But I was thinking of phoning in and saying, hey, I saw somebody standing there, that didn't look good. So yeah, I did dump, but yeah.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah. If you put yourself in my shoes, would you admit to something like that immediately? No, it's a very serious thing to be.
No, it's very serious.
I can understand. It's taking time for you to wrap your head around what's happening right now, and that this is when and where it's happening. Which I had to have thought in the past about this.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like what the hell, and I did see a few days ago on the Alaska Daily News, they said somebody was found, and I thought, okay, well, finally they.
This isn't a buffer. I think the audio just goes out. I'm not sure. The judge is moving. This is not buffering. So I don't know if the audio goes out in the interrogation video or what, but this right now is still live and going. You see the judge is blinking. Good for him. He didn't fall asleep today because he's always... There's the yawn. There's a big yawn. So I don't understand what this is. This is just no audio? What's happening? By the way, just the fact, I didn't hear the video, but if his voice matches, how is this guy not... What the fuck? Judge just woke up, wants to know what's going on. Oh, judge is awake. Judge is awake. Judge has just woken up from a snoozle, doesn't know what's happening. Now he's going back to snoozle. What is going on right now? What is going on right now? What the fuck? What is this? Judge looks perplexed. Another yawn from the judge. Now we're buffering. We got judge caught in a yawn. Oh, good. Here we go. Now we got what the hell with this trial, man? Oh, guys, I try to figure out what the fuck is this. Mom picked up the phone. Judge's mom picked up the phone, and now AOL just disconnected, and now we got this. This is something. Lisa says the judge was very protective of the victim's dignity yesterday. Well, that's good to hear. Deanna says the masks on the wall are ravens. Thank you, Deanna. Right now, they're updating their computer. I don't know. The guy who's doing the feed is playing Minesweeper. I wish there was at least one journalist who was in the court who would live tweet this thing. It would really help to know what the heck is going on. Because otherwise, based on these feeds, it's like impossible to understand what's happening. Like, what's going on right now? What is this? How is there no one in there? Just one journalist from this news source. Like, why don't they have a journalist there? Or they do and they just don't tweet it out? I don't understand it. This is like a big thing. Or it should be a big thing, and maybe they're not treating it like it's a big thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, no, they're completely down. And then, like, at this point, like, what do? I just keep this on for yesterday when I came back. I literally watched the guy update the latest Mac install. And I'm like, what is happening? I don't know how long to sit here and wait for this. Like, so frustrating. Well, while we're waiting, I will talk about this. Normally, Shannon does a live on Saturday, but not this Saturday. She's working on about a half-hour video that she's going to premiere on Saturday. So just keep an eye out for that. Yes, thank you, Tracy. If you're not subscribed, there's her channel. Please give it a Mindful Crime Couture. She does amazing work over there. Please give her a subscription if you're not already. And for all the people who compliment the amazing thumbnails on this channel, all done by Babe. Also, check out Stevie Irwin just posted a new vid. That's great. So make sure you check that out too. All right, guys, I'm going to give this, I guess, until 2:20. If it's not on and then I'm just going to end. I don't know what to do. Just sit here twiddling my thumbs. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Not 2:20. Yeah, Stevie's almost at 500. We want to get him to 500. Get him monetized. I think those are the new rules. 500. Get him the viewing hours. This is That's the wrong link. What happens when you click on it? Oh. Oh, I got to update his name. All right, let me update his name. Put on police pursuits. I don't think they're just on all the time, Donnie. Babe is going to put Stevie's real link in there, and I will update the True Crime Jungle. Thanks, babe. Sometimes this feed is on when this one isn't. Not today. Hey, Ayana, if you're coming in late, guys, we were watching the interrogation of Brian Smith, where he starts to he is alleging that he can't remember. He had low blood sugar. And then they talk about they found the murder on the SD card. Then all of a sudden he does remember. I mean, he was about to go into it, and the feed just turned off. And it wasn't like they were like, let's go on a break. We were watching it. The judge was having a big yawn, and then all of a sudden it turned off. So this is quite the bummer, folks. And I don't, I don't even know what to do. Give it a couple more minutes, and I'm going to end the stream because there's nothing here. Donnie, I can't put on. Isn't Outer Wilds a song or something, Donnie? I can't put anything on because I'll get a copyright. Tap dance. I can't do any dances, Ayana. No, Donnie. If I play the Outer Wilds theme song, I will get a copyright claim. By the way, I keep getting voicemails from people trying to get me to go back to insurance, and that's my nightmare. I don't know how they got my number. Well, I know probably from when I was looking for a job back in the day, but it's not fun. I really don't want to have to do that again. Come on with this shit. By the way, Babe, if you're wondering what Babe is currently watching, it's the first season of Love is Blind Brazil. She has watched all of Netflix, and now she is up to Love is Blind in other languages. Last one she watched was Sweden, and now she's watching Brazil. Funny thing about Brazil is, for folks who watch... Babe, Jonathan Borden says hi. She says hi. Funny thing is about the Brazil one, for folks who watch Love is Blind. In all the other like Love is Blinds, when they have the reveal, you know, people hug and sometimes they kiss. Man, in Brazil, they like dry hump each other. It's wild. Anyway, yeah, I agree, Sweet Lou. I don't know how this guy's not gonna get convicted. His voice is on the murder video is the same as the one that we're listening to. How could he not be found guilty? All right, folks, I think I'm going to end it here. I got nothing, and this is not coming up. I'll check one last time. I got no information. If I get any information, I'll let you know. Oh, Chris Duet. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, brother. Always great to see you. Thanks for hopping in. I am good. I hope you're good. Oh, the gravies from Biscuits and Gravy is done. I mean, what a perfect time for me to end this, because we got nothing, folks. Tonight, Publicly Buzzed 9. Let me set up the portal. Let me set up the portal for Steve tonight at 9. If I promise you, if you like this channel, you're gonna love the boys at Publicly Buzzed. Except my YouTube is not working now. Come on. They are awesome. Steve is awesome. Make sure you're subscribed to them. Let me set up this portal. Add a redirect. Well, there it is. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I wish if I find anything out, I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, mods, as always. Thanks for the super chats, CamiQ. That was so nice. If I get any information, I'll let you know. And tonight, Publicly Buzzed, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. And then Friday, big time interview for us, folks. We're really looking forward to that. So, thank you so much, everybody. Catch you on the next one.